Welcome to the spring reset. I am going to allow people to come in. So I'm going to give it about 5 or so minutes. So if you're catching the replay, then you can jump ahead. If you're already in here, grab a snack, something. But welcome to the spring reset. I am so excited for all the things I have to say today and tell you guys. It's been a while. So we'll see if somebody comes in or if people start flowing in. If not, I'm gonna just jump in at 12:09. And that is in 5 minutes for my replay people. Let me see. I think I can actually just get the got everything. I got everything. Okay. Let me see if this works. Ciao, y'all. That is this remote don't work. Oh. No batteries. And I am going live on the other platforms, but I'm gonna do all these lives at separate times today so that I don't overload the system. Hopefully this live looks good. Let me look at myself and then we'll get started soon. I might send a quick message to the Substack. I wish I could just go live on Substack from my computer, but you can't do that yet. So let's just say matter of fact, this is what we're gonna do, y'all. We're gonna finally open up the chat on Substack. Welcome to the DSA Substack chat. And then can we give the link? Send. Okay, well, I sent that. So we have 2 more minutes until I'm gonna start. And then yeah, I guess I could send the same thing in the Discord. Um, okay. Trying to see if I'm gonna hear myself. Okay. I actually like the way that it looks with me just going live in YouTube. So if that if anybody is looking to be going live on YouTube or just live period, I like how it looks with me just over here, just clicking go live on the YouTube platform. And I am gonna go live later today on TikTok and also Substack. So if you can't stay or whatever, then you can catch me live a little bit later today. But yeah, I just didn't feel like fighting with the system today. So I'm like, I'm going live on one platform at a time, and hopefully that'll be better. So I'm gonna drop this in the Discord real quick if I can. I don't even have Discord. Yeah, I'm not gonna put it in the Discord because I got stuff. I don't have Discord on anything but my phone, and that's where my video is coming from. Okay, so welcome to the DSA Spring Reset. I'm so excited to be back. I have been gone for a while as far as live teachings, but if you all got my email the other day, then you know that, and I have had about 11 of you come over into the new dashboard. So that's one of the main reasons why I'm here today, is because I want to walk you through that new dashboard and also just yap a little bit, talk about what my plans are for Q2, because April 1st was the start of a new quarter. And also talking about I got notes, y'all. Actually, let me pull my notes up instead of trying to wing it. Okay. So I'm just here to yap. It's really not going to be like anything super formatted. I just wanted to make sure that I did a catch up live before I just jump back into teaching. And then I want to talk about some scheduling changes. I want to talk about my Q1, what happened for me in Q1, what I plan to do in Q2 to build upon that, and what some of my goals are. And then also, I have something special for y'all. So all of that is coming up here in the next hour. So I just wanted to at least send the link out to a few people, give y'all a chance to get in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I feel like we have to talk about, y'all, TikTok is going away on tomorrow. And if it happens anything like it did last time, then it'll be gone like later today. Like last time, the day before, it went out at like 10 p.m. And I think it's important that I talk to y'all about it and just that people are talking about it in general, because like I don't know what's going to happen. I have been holding out on saying anything to my community. I've been holding out on saying anything to my clients, because I have some agency clients that are on TikTok management plans. So I'm going to have to reroute their strategy. So I've been kind of planning in the back end, but not really speaking about it on the front end. But TikTok is going away. Tomorrow is supposed to be the last day, or today, we don't know. Um we'll see. Like maybe it'll come back, maybe it won't go away, maybe, we don't know. But the one thing that I just want to give everyone as a sort of mindset shift, because for a lot of people in the world, with TikTok going away, it's just another social media platform going away, because their use or their purpose for social media is strictly entertainment. Now, while I will miss TikTok for my personal entertainment, the other thing that you have to worry about is if you're a business person and you're using it for business purposes, or if you are an aspiring business person and you wanted to actually launch something on TikTok and utilize TikTok's viral platform to actually get your product out there faster, then you're thinking about this loss in a completely and totally different way. And so that's what I want to kind of offer a mindset shift for. I want you to look at your content like a product. I want you to take some of those things that we've learned from TikTok, some of those same viral formattings, the utilization of viral sounds and trends and different things like that. And I want you to continue to apply it to your product. And I want you to go on a journey to search other platforms. There's so many other platforms. And the way that I teach it to my students, my clients, is your content is the product. And so when you have a product, if you're trying to get into stores, let's say you're trying to get into Walmarts and Targets and et cetera, whatever we're not boycotting. But let's say you're trying to get into those major chains. You are going to have your product is then going to go out to this one, to that one, to that one, to that one. On your website, that's another one. We're thinking about all the platforms on social media as a distribution channel. So if you start to think about your product like that, then this TikTok thing won't be a super big loss. I do want to do like a full in-depth live about this or training, because I do have some other things to say. I do have a lot of alternatives that you can use if you're worried about the TikTok shop, if you're worried about the live capabilities. I do have some alternatives that you can use that maybe you haven't heard about, maybe you haven't thought about in a way of actually adding that to your business strategy. But yes, it's a loss. Yes, I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss it for business. I'm going to miss it for personal. But we have to move forward. And it's just one distribution channel. There are many, many, many more. And then there is going to be an opportunity. I was telling my friend about this before the first TikTok ban, that there's going to be this opportunity probably about the first month to 2 months after TikTok is gone, if it actually goes and stays away, that all the other platforms are going to experience a boom. And that's when you're going to want to be hyper vigilant about posting content consistently, about getting your content out there, about actually showing up, about actually trying out different platforms and taking advantage of that boom. Everyone's going to disperse to somewhere. There's some rebels that's like, oh, I'm not going to be on any social media, da, 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 da. Crybabies. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Everyone is. So there's going to be that opportunity where you can really take advantage of that. So really think about making consistency a big part of your quarter 2 plan. And also, don't spend too much time crying over that platform. Don't spend too much time crying over that platform, y'all, because there will be others. There are others. And especially if you're using it for a business purpose, and that's really the main point that I'm speaking from. If you're using it for a business purpose, you have to readjust. You can't spend too much time worrying about, oh, that was my main. You have to readjust. So I just wanted to say that about TikTok because it is going away tomorrow. So I am gonna go live on TikTok a little bit later today. I'm probably gonna talk about the same stuff, but I do want to connect with my followers today before TikTok goes away. So I'm probably gonna post a couple of times up there today. I'm probably gonna go live. And I would suggest you do the same. I don't care if you have 30 followers, I don't care if you have 100. Go up there, post, go live if you can. Put stuff on the stories just so that you can try to reach as much of your audience as you can, even if you're just saying, hey, look, this is where I'll be at. So I'll be doing that. on that platform later today, but I didn't really want to have to split my attention. So that's why I'm going on a live tour today. So that's my little spiel about TikTok. We're gonna miss her. I hope that something gonna happen like it did last time where it just ends up coming back, but we don't know. We don't know. We don't know. Karen said that's crazy. We will definitely miss TikTok. We're grateful you're on different platforms. Yes, I am. I kind of want to turn my attention to YouTube, Substack, the Discord, and I think those are going to be my focus platforms for quarter two, but I don't know yet. I don't know. I just feel like everything is up in the air also without TikTok. But just thinking ahead, I'm pretty sure that those are the three platforms that I'm going to focus on making sure I'm personally consistent on. Yeah, I should have been posting more on TikTok up until now, but I didn't. I didn't. I posted when I needed to. And that's how a lot of you guys found me. So I can't be too upset with myself because honestly, and that's what I'm going to talk about when I actually go over my Q2 or Q1, all what happened in Q1, my lessons, what I learned, all that good stuff. We're going to kind of go into that a little bit because Q1 was okay. It was pretty good. Okay, so let me see. Can I share my screen up here? Yes, I can share my screen. Love that. So we're about to go over the dashboard because I want to do that fairly early in the live. And then yeah, we'll do the rest of everything else after that. So let me pull up the dashboard. Um, and then share my screen. Do you have two personal accounts? Somebody just messaged me on TikTok and said, do I have two personal accounts? No, not two accounts that I would be messaging you on. Somebody is unfortunately impersonating me. I wonder if I can respond to this without interfering with. No. Let's see. And I like to respond fairly quickly because these people who are impersonating me uh, are trying to get money from people. Somebody said. Okay, where is the message? It's not popping up over here, but I see it. Hold on, y'all, cause oh yeah, okay. Hello. Okay, y'all. I hate that. But the person that's impersonating me is the spelling in the what is that called? The username is a little different. So it's not a dead giveaway, but if you look at the spelling of my name, then it is off because obviously I have the correct spelling. Um, and that person is selling like stocks. But hopefully that issue will just go away when TikTok goes away. Even though I don't want TikTok to go away for real. I'm really hoping that they don't go away, and I'm gonna do some like crazy doom scrolling later. I have to. Like I have to scroll for the last day. Okay, she said thank you. Boom. She's gonna send me a screenshot. Okay. Okay, so if you want to access the dashboard, you can go to my website, coachbriannalebay.com, and that red button at the top, enroll in the academy, click it. I'm already logged in because I already created an account, but you will have to create an account. It just asks you for your email and your name. And I ask that you try to use the same name that you originally enrolled in, just so that you don't end up receiving emails and communications on two different emails. But she's up, she's live, the dashboard is here. Anything that we do going forward, any teaching or training that I have live going forward will be inside this dashboard. It will also be on YouTube. It will also be on Substack, but it will be inside this dashboard. And the most important reason that you want to be able to come into this dashboard is for these tabs, the homework tabs. That's the only place that I'm going to link the homework and any resources that I have because I want to know who has access to what. So like this is one of the homeworks for the podcast funnel, and I actually need to change this because this is homework 4, but this is the full homework assignment listed out, and then it has some tools here. I'm gonna click into those real quick. This is a funnel mapping worksheet. We have call to action and strategy templates, freebie ideas, all the things, and it just clicks into that. If you're wondering about how to use this, because this is not a document that you can, well, hold on, let me see, maybe it is. Oh no, it's not a document that you can download. So what you want to do is actually, okay, so this is what one of the worksheets look like. um what you want to do is just go in here and copy it and then just put it into your own thing, or just work on your own whatever you want to work from, whether that be a Google Doc, whether that be a notes app, whatever. And then let me come back over here. Y'all didn't see first couple, so I'm gonna just go back into it. It's literally, you want to start a podcast, great. Watch the training first. Let's go over here. The training is linked in here. The training is also on YouTube. Come watch the training and then click into the next lesson. Do the homework. You will have a podcast. Same thing for anything else that's in here. For the virtual assistant stuff, same thing. Watch the training. Once that's done, you can come in here and do the homework. I'm thinking about adding a couple of more resources for the virtual assistant training, but this development worksheet is pretty intensive, so we don't need a lot. We don't need a lot in there, but you'll click into that, and this is the only thing that's still on a Google sheet. I may change that, but it's pretty long, so I may not. Okay. Wait. Ciao, y'all. Okay. I keep forgetting I have to re-share the thing. Okay. So this, if you come in here, you watch the training. Let me go back to a training. Okay. Virtual assistant. Boom. You watch it. Now you want to actually do what needs to be done. You come in, you ask your homework. Once you do your homework, you will have what you need to launch the virtual assistant business or service. Come back over here. Same thing for all of these. I know the KDP training was one that y'all were looking for the toolkit for. That's now in here. You have cover templates, interior sets, table of contents, editable offer and promo, chat GPT prompt pack, and then this last one just clicks over to an Amazon KDP link that actually has all the information on it that you need. So all of those things are in here. When I pick back up on teaching the live classes, when the replay comes out, you'll just get a Substack update that will let you know that it's now updated in the dashboard. And if you want access to the homework and resources that I'm giving you, then you can go in the dashboard also and access those things. So my goal with I kept going to a different page and not showing it. But I think I went back and showed everything. Hold on. Oh wait. Okay, yeah. Yeah. I was sharing the others, but I think I went back through all of them. But that is the dashboard. I'll update there. The other thing that's important on the dashboard, let me go back if I can. Just the dashboard. Okay. So the other thing, you have this progress bar. Love that. So you can see all the things that you've been through up here. But these 4 buttons right here are super important. The Discord community, I know we had so much trouble accessing the Discord community before, but that is a link that does not expire. If you need to get in the Discord community, access the dashboard, click that button, it will take you straight there. The other thing is this page. It is my live workshop and training page. Anytime I'm going to have an event, it's going to show up on this page because I needed a centralized location where things can just show up. So anytime I have something, it's going to be there. If you need to access one of the platforms I'll be live on, that will be there. If you're still having issues with anything, if you can't access something, if you have questions about whatever, I do have a support ticket form. And then the last one, and I want y'all to go in here and actually fill this form out. This is a coaching question. So if you have a question about something business related, about something mindset related, about something digital skills academy, as far as like the skills trainings related, if you have questions about any of those things, I want you to come in here, fill out this form, and actually go through the whole form, fill it out, let me know what your question is, and then when I go live, I'll be answering these coaching questions live. The other thing about these coaching questions is that they will be uploaded to my YouTube channel as individual videos. So each question will get its own video unless it's something that I've answered before. So if you want a free coaching question answered, it can be strictly about you. It doesn't have to be about anybody or any major questions. If you're needing support as far as how to access things, that will be the support ticket. But if you want support as far as your individual business questions and strategies and things like that, fill this form out and your question will be uploaded to my YouTube channel and I'll answer it live. So those are those 4 buttons, and that's the dashboard. It's simple, it's nothing to it really. But once you actually access it for yourself, then you'll be able to have your own progress bar. You'll be able to have bookmark it. So anytime you want to log in, you can, all that good stuff. That's the dashboard. All updates will go to there. Any videos that I currently have out, videos or Substack updates, I am going to go in probably next week and switch out all the links in those videos and Substack updates so that they lead to this dashboard. If you want access to the homework, if you want access to any templates, any tools, any of that, then you will have to access the dashboard. But if you just want to watch trainings, you can just watch the training from YouTube or wherever it's at. Let me. Okay. Does anybody have questions about the dashboard who is here now? I saw several people come in to the dashboard. So I know the process is super simple to get access to it. And then once you're logged in, I don't it doesn't really log you out. Depending on your computer settings, but it shouldn't log you out. So you can literally just go to my website and click the Academy button, and it'll take you right there, right to this dashboard. And that'll just help me with keeping everything streamlined. I know that my process would be do the training live. After I do the training live, and actually before I do the training live, I would love to have that homework page already up with the workbook, the resources, whatever I'm going to give. Do the training live, and then I just insert the video into the training page, and then send y'all a Substack update letting y'all know that all the stuff is updated on the dashboard. Okay, so real quick, I want to say, or just real quick, I'll send out an official update about this too. But my new schedule for the classes, and I'll actually tell y'all what classes we have left. But my new schedule for the classes is definitely going to be announced on a weekly basis. Because y'all, to be honest, I do not know what my schedule looks like at the top of the week at this current point in my life. So you can ask questions if you want to. But I don't know what it's looking like. So it doesn't really work for me to give y'all we're doing it on Monday. Oh, we're doing it on Saturday, Sunday. Like we've had a couple of different schedules and they always end up falling apart. So what I can commit to is sending a weekly email. We're gonna try to get to the point where I'm sending it same day, same time, so you can at least expect that. And what I would like is to make sure that I give y'all at least a few days notice for that. So whatever the weekly email is, the live should come maybe like 4 days later. So I'm gonna figure out that format, that schedule, and what works best with what my current schedule looks like is gonna be. And at least get a weekly email that you can expect to know like what the live topic is going to be and what day I'm actually going to teach it. But I just have to let my schedule have a lot more flexibility. And that was one of my biggest takeaways from Q1 is like sometimes you have to allow your schedule to be fluid. And I was not expecting to have the audience that I did so quickly. It's what I asked for, is what I asked for, but I just didn't expect it to come. And so it did take some adjustment. And then we just had some setbacks, like the internet not working and me having to get new internet. And then even when the new internet came, I feel like it's still the live quality just was not what I wanted it to be. And stuff like that kind of slows you down. And well, it slowed me down. I'll say that it slowed me down because it's like, dang, I just want to, hop on and teach. However, I do have a level of quality that I want. I know it's not going to be perfect. I know it's not going to be like top level streamer setup up front, but it's like I feel like it shouldn't be like at beginner level because I'm not a beginner. Um, but the truth is that when it comes to like going live consistently, when it comes to having the size audience that I do now, I am a beginner. And so I had to learn how to have grace for myself and for the things and for technology. And yeah. So again, once I get my streaming setup fully figured out and I feel confident that like what I'm looking for is I can come sit down at my desk, click clack on the keyboard, log in, and then this is like I'm live and it's working for me and I know what I'm doing and the internet's not lagging and all the things. So once I get to that place where I feel like I've mastered this, I'm going to do a free training showing you how to do it too, because it's really not as easy as click clack on the keyboard, log in, do 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 dot. Like you got to have the right equipment. You got to make sure your internet is a certain caliber. You got to make sure that just all there's a lot of different moving parts and pieces. If you want to go live on multiple platforms, you got to make sure that you get a platform that can actually have the capabilities of doing that. Some platforms offer some social media sites, some platforms don't. The way that you set them up are different. The which we may or may not have to worry about this soon, but the way that you go live on TikTok is different. Actually using an outside platform to go live on TikTok is limited. All the things. There's so many things that I learned. There's so many things that I am learning. And that I'm in the process of understanding. So when I get it understood, you will be the first to know. But what I decided to do today, just to let y'all know, if there's new people in here, what I decided to do today is literally just go live on YouTube. I'm live on the native YouTube platform. It actually looks really nice. It's super simple. It's easy to look at. So I just decided to go live on YouTube, and then um, later today I do want to hit Substack, just so I can communicate with my audience over there. I do want to hit TikTok because this is the last time I can go live on that platform. But yeah, so that's what I did today. I do think I like the way that this live looks. Y'all let me know if it's lagging or if it like looks weird, but I looked at it earlier and it for the most part looks pretty good.
Playing from iPhone 3.
Yeah, like it looks pretty crisp. So it's kind of like maybe that's the goal. Like maybe that's the plan going forward. Like I'll just hit different platforms on different days. And y'all will know if I'm doing a major teaching or training, it's probably going to be on YouTube because it's super easy for me to share my screen, blah, blah, blah. I'm extra. Sometimes I want to come with slides. Sometimes I want to be a little bit more interactive. Sometimes I want to walk you through a website. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah. So those are my thoughts. I feel like my thoughts as far as that are very incomplete, but I still want to share them because sometimes understanding people's thought process and even just getting a little bit of insights on what their struggles might be helps you break through whatever it is that you need to break through. So there's that. Class times will come out in the weekly email. That it was my first mind to say that when all of this popped off, and I actually did say that. If you go back in my emails, I said I'll let y'all know at the beginning of every week when my live date will be. But then people were asking and I'm like, hey, I don't know, like I'm like maybe I should just pick a day. And I shouldn't have did that. I shouldn't have did that. My life commitments sometimes, and just like the kind of person I am, y'all, I'm kind of like an end to win kind of person sometimes. I'm kind of like a wake up and see how I feel type of person sometimes. And so merging that with also wanting to be consistent, with also having this audience of people who actually do want to show up and learn from me and all of that, and trying to just put all that into one pot and figure out what the best solution is. I think it gives me space to kind of be a little bit in the wind by saying, hey, I'll stick to a weekly email and then let y'all know like what day I'm gonna go live throughout that week. And if you don't catch the live, I'm gonna send a replay email. We have the dashboard now to be our central location. I'm always gonna send out an update. Replays are always on YouTube. So there's that. Welcome, welcome. Great. I'm so glad it sounds good and looks good. Clearly I can't talk, and that it is no lagging. So it's like, is that the plan, y'all? Is that the plan? Like, is the plan just go live on YouTube and then, you know, like I said, just maybe if I want to do a Substack pop in or something, like just keep it separate. And I think that was the other thing, like trying to be live on multiple platforms. It was just making my computer slow down. It was making the internet work too hard. So yeah, and quality matters to me. We have a training, I think it's the podcast training. I'm gonna be honest, I don't love it. I feel like it's too jumpy all the way through. I feel like the audio is a little up and down. So I may end up coming back and re-recording that training because once it's in the dashboard, the funnel to actually get in Digital Skills Academy is active. That's Digital Skills Academy is pretty much my lead magnet. So people are gonna be joining it, watching those trainings throughout whenever. Like they can come in 5 months down the line and be able to watch that training. And it's really important to me that the quality is there. At least be able to sit through the training. Because I don't know about y'all, but for me, if something is a little bit too laggy, if it's messing up on the sound a little bit, I'll be like, I don't want to listen to this. So yeah, but yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Again, once I get it all figured out, I will definitely be letting y'all know so that y'all don't have to go through, or hopefully, because there is some growing pains. Like anytime you're doing something new, like of course you're gonna have to figure things out. And I think that sometimes we as humans don't account for that. We're just so excited for the new journey to be doing something new. Sometimes we don't account for the fact that, hey, you're gonna actually have to you're gonna have some setbacks. You're gonna, have a learning curve. There's things that you're gonna have to figure out and refigure out and refigure out again, and you know what I'm saying, rework and all that good stuff. So yeah. Um so I kind of already was talking a little bit about my Q1, but essentially in Q1, my and let me stop sharing my screen. Stop sharing my screen now. My goal in Q1 was my sole goal, and I probably wrote this down somewhere where I could actually find it, was to build my audience. Um, because I have worked in the online space for a very long time in very different capacities, but full time for a while, literally since 2018. I've been pretty much primarily working in the online space. So with that, um, I was a service provider. So like building my audience was important, but it wasn't really, because irregardless of what numbers I've ever had on my social media, I always, and I mean up until today, I always, and I'm talking about service providing, I always have clients. Even if like there's not been a time since 2018, even if it gets down to just having a couple of clients, even if it's not a full roster, like I always have clients regardless of what I'm posting on social media, what my follower count looks like, how many times I was consistent. So I'm in this really bad habit of showing up a little bit, and then dropping off after I done showed up a little bit, because I have clients. But I know that the pivot to coaching, and I've actually done coaching before. I have to look on my Instagram to see when, because I pivoted, or I primarily started focusing on coaching another point in my business journey as well. But this time I'm like, hey, I always end up going back to primarily service. But this time I'm like, hey, I really do want to pivot to coaching and keep it there, because that's what I've always felt called to do. And that's what I really want to do. So coming into the new year, I was like, I just want to grow my audience. I want to grow my audience, and I had some goals for those people that were going to be in my audience. I wanted them to be aspiring or already running a business, wanting to run a business, people that wanted to learn the skills and the strategies, and then not only that, but just my people who actually want to hear from me. And I do have some of those people here in this audience that I have curated. And so that was my goal, my only goal. And I'm like, I'm cool if I get a little 100 people, like a little 100, just overall, like between my email list and my social media platforms. If I see a growth of like about 100 people, I would be happy with that. So I am in February. I am leaving the house real quick, just to go run to the store real quick. I have on my bonnet as I'm leaving the house. And I'm really not a leave the house in the bonnet type of girl. But that day I'm like, I'm just running. I'm literally just running to the store real quick. Like, and it was like it wasn't no big store. It was just an in and out type of situation. So as I am doing that, when I'm headed back from the store, it just hits my spirit. It had already hit my spirit when I was in the shower, and also like 2 days before. Like, I seen Dr. Barlow do this video of African American studies, and people were like, "Oh, like I was scrolling and I just got in class," and I'm like, "Dang, I really been wanting to launch Digital Skills Academy, and I feel like that would be a perfect way to like launch it." And then at that time, we didn't know that she didn't even mean to do all that. She was just like, look, this was for my students. This was not really supposed to go viral. So I had seen her do it, and then I had seen one other lady do it. And if you go back to my original video, I said that I was like, okay, we got Dr. Barlow, and then we got screenwriting, blah, blah, blah. I'm in my bonnet. I'm in the car headed home at the stoplight. And it just hits me like, record this video. Like, just hurry up, record this video real quick. Like, just make it real quick. Da, 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 da. The video goes viral. After I post the video, because I'm like, I just want to record it, look at it real quick, and then just post it. I don't want to do too much. After I post the video, then I see I wasn't the only one who had this idea. So then I start seeing everybody's. And then that is what we know as Hillman Talk Gate. So many things have happened with Hillman Talk that I am not going to discuss on my platform. I did all the discussing that I was going to discuss of it on my TikTok, and when I was discussing the holes, I was doing it like 2-3 weeks before everybody else realized all the things that were happening. But that's outside of Digital Skills Academy, because I was always like, even if I'm included in that, Digital Skills Academy that was my goal from the beginning. And so 3 things that I did that I want to share with you when my video went viral, and not even when it went viral, actually. And that's how I know, like, there was some type of divine like intervention in that. It was kind of like God was like, look, you said you want to grow this audience. You said you want to pivot to coaching and really dive into it in a way that is similar to how you have dived into your service providing. So here, it literally, like, here's the plan. If you move, I'm gonna move. So videos posted, I get home, I sit down at my computer, and I'm like, okay, I need to have some type of way to get these people off the TikTok platform. Because we already knew at that time, because I think TikTok had just came back, we knew that it was going to go away again. So I set up my Beacons links page, which is probably the page that a lot of y'all signed up through. I set that page up, and basically just on that page, I didn't try to build out a website and do nothing fancy. On that page, I put like, hey, you are, what did I say? Like, you've been approved for a scholarship for the spring semester of Digital Skills Academy, blah, blah, blah. DSA 101, blah, blah, blah. Quick thinking, because I'm doing all this in a span of like an hour or so. So I put that up there. I put a little sign up form where people can enroll. And for me, what that was, and for anybody who was a business owner who was taking part of that plan, what they should have been doing is, this is my lead magnet. So I put that email form up there. The email form also had a phone number form. And then I kept seeing Aaron Parnas. I hope I'm saying his last name right. But if you are on TikTok, you probably know who he is. He gives all the political updates and all that good stuff. But I kept seeing him talk about Substack. Oh, TikTok goes away, I'll be on my Substack. Blah, 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 blah. So I download Substack. And I tell people, like, yeah, I'm going to put the official class updates here, because Substack gives me a discussion board type vibe. So I had people also subscribing to the Substack. It's a little redundant, which I didn't realize at the time, but the email list people and the Substack people. But I'm also glad that I did it like that, because some people click the email list, some people click the Substack, some people clicked one, both, whatever. And then I also had people either going to my YouTube or going to my Twitch to subscribe so that they can get the lives. So that strategy led me to, and I care about the TikTok numbers because the TikTok numbers were important and they're really awesome, but I don't really celebrate them as much because TikTok is about to go away. But I'll tell y'all the numbers anyway. It took my following on TikTok from 2,000 to 9,000. Um, the video officially sits at The video officially sits at 32.7K views,
Playing from iPhone.
5,900 likes, 800 comments, 1,900 saves. My ish absolutely blew up. Notifications gone. Like just everything. The numbers that I really celebrate are my email list. I have 1,000 emails and phone numbers. I have 1,300 people subscribed to my Substack. I have 600 people in my Discord. And that was the other thing I had people do, join the Discord community, because I really wanted to be able to, when TikTok shut down again, I really wanted to be able to have my own community that I can actually like connect with people in and be like, hey, y'all, these updates, this is what you should be doing. I know it's a frenzy, I really wanted that. So that's what Q1 did for me. Grew my audience in an astronomical way that I never expected. Now, the people in that audience are what I'm most proud of, because throughout me trying to adjust to all the things, actually getting what I said I wanted, anytime I get missing, anytime I go ghost, anytime I don't show up, anytime I'm 2 minutes late for my live, and I literally mean 2 minutes, my people in my community are like, hey girl, where you at? I missed you. We've been waiting. Are you coming? You said you were going live. And that is truly the community that I pray for. So Q1 don't owe me nothing. I'm going to owe Q2 something if I don't take the gift I was given in Q1 and make something of it. And so I want to encourage you to see how you can view your Q1 the same way. Whether that was you got into these Hillman Top courses and you actually, got a few extra pieces of knowledge to move the needle forward. Whether that was that you showed up 5 days instead of no days. Whatever that is, try to look at it like that. That was a gift in Q1 and it don't owe me nothing, but I'm a owe Q2 if I don't do what I'm supposed to do. So my Q2, what is Q2 looking like for me? Q2 is going to be, I'm going to be really working on the consistency train. I'm going to be launching a membership in Q2. I really want to work with at least 5 new coaching clients. In Q2, I really want to open up my one-to-one strategy calls. I'm thinking about running a flash sale on those. It'll just be where you can just book a 1-hour call whenever, whatever type of question you have, whatever you want to work on. If you want to go in the back end of your KDP, if you want to go in your Canva and figure out what products we can create, if you have questions about what moves you should be making, what strategies, all that good stuff, you'll just be able to book a 1 hour call. Um, my template line will be officially up, and we're going to keep it up. I had a very successful Etsy store with website templates and all the things. I'm still on Creative Market, um, but I just want to move everything to my own home. And so CoachBriannaLeVay.com is where those will live. So those things are coming too. So my big Q2 goals are really involving stepping up and getting the products and services that I want to live under Coach Brianna LeVay out. Um, I do have some goals for my agency. My main top goals are just to keep building out my monthly recurring clients. So for design, marketing, and tech based management, and then social media management. But that's it. I don't really want to do a lot with my agency in Q2 because I'm really focused on the coaching side being built out. Q2, the end of Q2 is June. So by the end of June, I want to have all those products that I just talked about up, running, and consistently being nurtured and replenished. Um, and I want to have a consistent roster of at least 5. I'm gonna say because when I say coaching clients, I mean monthly commitment coaching clients or yearly commitment coaching clients, depending on how they decide to do whatever. So I'm gonna say 5 of those, and then I'll say having at least 5 to 10 sessions a week as far as the 1 hour calls. That's my June goals. I said it. That's it. My June, my not June. That's my Q2 goals that I will review in June. Um, what else? What else? What else? What else? My focus platforms are YouTube. I want to get my YouTube channel to 1,000 followers or subscribers. So YouTube is a focus platform for me. Substack is a focus platform for me, and Discord. I'll be popping some information around on Facebook, maybe Instagram, maybe, but those 3 platforms are really where I'm trying to focus. So that's my Q1 review, my Q2 plan, or a couple of my Q2 goals. We already talked about the upcoming class schedule. It's going to be announced weekly. Let me tell y'all what is left. There was a class that I started teaching. It was the apparel and accessories class. I'm going to have to just completely reteach that class because I got cut off in the middle of teaching it. So unfortunately, it's not a complete training. That training is still up on YouTube, but it's not a complete training. So I haven't even put it in the dashboard. So we're going to start with that one. The apparel and accessories. Then we're going to do intro to monetizing content with under 1,000 followers. And then we're going to do how to create and sell digital products. So that will be the end of the skills training. potentially might pop in for a second training on one of these weeks so I can re-record the podcast training, because I was telling y'all I don't like the quality of it and I feel like it's too, like, it jumps and skips too much. So might pop in and just pop out a training for that as well, just so that the official training in the dashboard can be a better version. After that, I'm still going to do implementation weeks. And so with the implementation weeks, we're going to talk about the business side of all the things, that all the skills we've learned. We're going to work on actually getting some launch dates up and out. And I know that a lot of you have actually already launched a few things and all that good stuff. So we're going to work on that. We'll work on branding. Um, we'll work on systems for client management if you're going into BA. Um, and yeah, so we'll work on your websites. We'll work on your logos. There might be some templates that I give you all for free. So that's coming after the next 3 trainings. And then I'll do a more in-depth actual, like, what trainings those will be after we wrap up all the skills trainings. And then Digital Skills Academy, like I said, is my lead magnet. So these live trainings basically essentially feed my lead magnet. It's basically what's at the top of my funnel. So I'll always have these live trainings, and they'll probably always fall under either a skills training or a business development type thing or a marketing thing. But they'll all live on that same dashboard, especially if it's something that I'm like giving a resource or whatever to. So yeah, let me see what else. What else? 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 I did everything on my list. We talked about my Q1, my Q2. Let me know if y'all have questions. I do want to do a weekend flash sale. I'm going to send an email on Substack for those 1 hour strategy calls that I was talking about. They're going to be $27. Let me tell y'all something. These calls are normally going to be $97. So anytime I flash them, they probably won't be $27. They'll probably be $47 if I do a flash sale. But right now, I'm going to flash sell them over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, for $27. So this is a 1 hour one-on-one strategy call with me. I know some of y'all can use this 1 hour. We'll hop on Google Meet. You can share your screen. I'll share mine. We can build out a strategy, whatever it is that you're needing at that moment in time. So that hour is yours. So I'm flash selling it for 27. If you want it and you're watching this live now, go ahead and send me a DM. There will probably be a limit to these, because I can't just like sit and do them all day. So it'll depend on my schedule and what that looks like. But you'll be able to go right into my calendar, book an open time, and we'll meet for that hour. So I'm a flash sell those until the end of the weekend on Sunday at 11:59. That flash sale will be over. They'll go back to regular price. So if you want to do that, let me know. Send me a message, and we'll get to it. And I think that's it. I've yapped for over an hour. That's all the things I wanted to talk about. We went over the DSA dashboard. We talked about my Q1, my Q2. I really wanted to do a little session where I kind of talk about y'all's Q1 and Q2, but I think what I'm gonna do is send out a quick audio training and a worksheet so that you can kind of plan your own Q2 on your own time. So I'll do that probably by Sunday. I'm thinking Sunday is going to be my weekly email day, but I don't know yet. So for right now, we'll say that this Sunday for sure, I'll be sending an email. Let me know if y'all have any questions. If not, I'm gonna pop off. Check back later today because I will be going live on Substack and TikTok as well. No questions. I keep wanting to grab from my phone. And what's crazy is I actually already filmed a video like talking about my streaming setup, but it ain't that easy. I'm gonna have to wait until I really can get it figured out. All right, y'all. Bye.